Welcome to the Word for Life podcast, a daily devotional covering the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
In Genesis chapter 35, God asked Jacob to go back to Bethel. Why should he go to Bethel? You see, long back, many years ago, Jacob made a vow to God. In Genesis chapter 28, from verse 18 onwards, if you read, Jacob was running away from his elder brother. But then, in the middle of the night, God met him in a place called Bethel. There, Jacob made a vow to God. If God will be with me and will watch over me on this journey I am taking, and will give me food to eat and clothes to wear, so that I will return safely to my father's household, then the Lord will be my God, and this stone that I have set up as a pillar will be God's house. But now you see, after several years, he has safely come back from his father in law's house. He has made peace with his brother Esau. His sons and daughters have now grown up, and few years have passed by, but still Jacob was camped in Shechem. Even though Jacob forgot his vow, God had not forgotten it. He wants him to return to Bethel. That is why in Genesis 35 verse 1 we read, Then God said to Jacob, Go up to Bethel and settle there, and build an altar there to God who appeared to you when you were fleeing from your brother Esau. Why did Jacob keep postponing going to Bethel? One reason was his own family. You see, they were having household gods with them. They were worshipping other gods as well. Now, this may be shocking to us, but that was the fact. And that is why Jacob told them in verse 2, Get rid of the foreign gods you have with you, and purify yourselves and change your clothes. Then come, let us go up to Bethel, where I will build an altar to God who answered me in the day of my distress, and who has been with me wherever I have gone. Only after Jacob said this, they returned their gods, and Jacob then buried them in the ground. And then they all moved towards Bethel. Why did the family of Jacob have other gods? You see, during those days, the Canaanites were the most powerful people. They had a strong military, they were successful, and they were living in great cities. On the outside, they looked blessed. And they claimed that their gods were the ones who blessed them. Therefore, Jacob's family may have respected those gods and even served those gods and worshipped those gods. Earlier, we saw that even Jacob's wife Rachel had kept in her tent the gods of her father. But God had clearly and personally told Jacob that he is the one true God. So at this point, the family of Jacob had to make a choice. Should they choose the one true God or the Canaanites' gods who seemed to be powerful and great and seemed to bless their people? Fortunately, Jacob's family made the right choice. They threw away the Canaanite gods and chose God. Friends, even today, we have other people who claim that their gods have blessed them. You and I must be careful to follow the one and true God alone. You see, even to Jesus, Satan showed all the kingdoms and glory of the world and asked him to worship him. But Jesus did not bow down. We also must take a strong stand. In Genesis 35, from verse 4 onwards, after Jacob disposed all the gods, the Lord helped him. You see, verse 4 says, they gave Jacob all the foreign gods and the rings in their ears, and Jacob buried them under the oak tree at Shechem. Then they set out, and the fear of God fell on the towns all around them, so that no one pursued them. Jacob and all the people with him came to Bethel in the land of Canaan. You see, the Canaanite nations were very powerful, but during the journey of Jacob's family, they did not disturb them. Why? Because Jacob and his family had chosen the Lord. And when Jacob came to Bethel, God personally appeared to Jacob one more time. He confirmed that his name will not be Jacob but Israel. And God reminded his promise again to Jacob that he will give all the lands of Canaan to him. And God blessed him there because Jacob and his family chose the Lord. This is the reason why Joshua at a later time asked the Israelites not to choose the gods of the Canaanites but to choose God. And he told them, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Friends, you and I need to be totally committed to the Lord, and he will bless us. At this point in this chapter, this is what we learn. We need to bear in mind that our Lord is our God, not blessings. You see, we need money, we need health, we need comforts of life, but they are not our gods. In fact, God Himself promised Jacob that He will bless him and his family. God promised that He will give them wealth, lands, and fortune, and God did give them great wealth. But you see, the reason why God gives us comfortable and secure life is not to just enjoy them. God gives us these comforts so that we need not worry about the basic necessities of life. And most importantly, so that we will have the freedom to serve and worship God. But if we give too much importance to these blessings and comforts, so much so that we forget God, then, my friends, we have missed the point about blessings itself. You see, God delivered Jacob from the hands of his father-in-law, from his angry brother Esau, and God brought him safely to Canaan. Why? So that at Peniel, Jacob would build an altar to the Lord. And that is what Jacob did. He got rid of all the household gods, came to Bethel, and built an altar to the Lord. My friends, are we thankful for our blessings? But why are we thankful for our blessings? We are thankful for our blessings because it gives us the freedom to worship God and serve God. And that is the point of blessings.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Word for Life podcast.